A good start for our Terran player to begin with. It's better than cross spawns, because cross spawns you can really get into this long macro game, which will favor the Zerg player a little bit more so.
Yep.
So yeah.
We have only seen one game yesterday being played on Whirlwind, right? Yeah. Because this map is like no one ever plays this map anymore. Like people tends to choose something like Frost instead of Whirlwind if they happen to see both of these maps in the map pool. But such is life. Sometimes the vetoes just end up like this. So spawning in the bottom left position, we have the green Zerg player from Poland, from Team Dignitas. It is Dignitas Tefel. And his opponent is going to be from Team Dark Star. It is the blue Terran hopeful Avokado. And look at this, all the new decals, the star from the StarCrafts, and the logo.
You know, that is my absolute favorite decal, the star.
Wow.
It just looks so happy, and it looks so... I don't know if you've seen it on Marines yet, but on Marines it just looks amazing. It just looks absolutely ridiculous, because I never even noticed there was decals on Marines and stuff.
Yeah, on shoulders.
It's not something you notice until it's a giant yellow happy star. Literally.
That's true. Or if you don't have your details set up in StarCraft, because I don't believe those decals on the Marines, on their shoulders and their combat shields, they're actually visible when you're playing the game at low details. I don't think they are. So command center first for Avokado here, not really a surprise considering this is Whirlwind, and looks like Tefel, on the other hand, has gone for a safer opening pool first and then a hatchery. Am I getting this correctly? Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has, and this is something we saw him doing it yesterday. And again, I don't know why you would do this on a map like Whirlwind. On a map like Polar Night, I can understand. On a map like Habitation Station, okay, I get it. On a map like Whirlwind, to go pool first, he could go 3 hatch before pool in 9 out of 10 situations on this map. Like, it just does not make sense for him to do this, and I'm never gonna understand it. I really wish when I met him I had asked him why he does this. I might ask him afterwards actually, because I just don't see why on Whirlwind you would do it. Because
yeah,
I think I've seen one proxy 2 gate on one proxy 2 racks on Whirlwind ever, and even then it's based so much on luck, and it doesn't even work so well. Because it's still, even if you put it like in the middle between 2 bases on the bottom, it's still a massive rush distance.
So a third command center being constructed right now by Avokado. He's going very greedy here with this, not taking any gases behind the first racks. Just takes a third command center straight up. And Tefel, well, he's not making any lings. He hasn't made any lings so far, and he's taking a third hatchery straight up at 5 minutes.
Huge macro game coming out of these guys. You know, the thing is, with Avokado doing this is one way of saying, Tefel, you're a better player than me, but if I take any advantage I can get, like, I've got a better chance, and this is exactly what he's doing. I don't see anything wrong with this. On a map like Whirlwind, against a player like Tefel, going 3cc gasless is very unstandard normally, but in this case, I think it's completely fine. Look at this Marine as it pops out the barracks. Look at the stars on it. Isn't it just like ridiculous because they're just so yellow? You can't see it so well when it's running, but
I'll find a Marine and
yeah,
find,
a little bit
find
later on have a look, but it's just so.
Oh yeah, I see them. It's on their shoulder pads.
Yeah. It's it's really funny.
There it is.
Where's a Marine? Oh, they're in the main
patrolling.
Base, yeah, it's on their shoulder pads, but it's on their front. It's on their front as well.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's just like, if it was a normal decal, you wouldn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
But because it's like a massive giant happy star.
And you're like, so wait a minute, what is that there? What? Let me see that. Wow, it's a star, dude. Alright, Tefel continuing just very normally here, getting his lair slightly sooner than most games I see of ZVT, but not too soon, you know, just like 15 or 30 seconds sooner than I usually get to see that. Double evolution chambers for his upgrades, and again, he's not going to be going with lings. He's going to go roaches, hydras. Well, that's Tefel for you. He never plays like Ling Bling Muta very often.
Very rarely. Maybe in a much longer series he will play Ling Bling Muta.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in this situation he's just going to play what he's happy with most, and you know why not? In the first game of a series, if you don't need to change anything up, then don't. And Avokado going to start taking his third base here, but he's going to have to make sure he's got enough defenses against this initial roach time, because I mean 1-1 roaches, if they come en masse and you're not quite prepared, they can be painful. And Avokado looks like he's in a good spot. He's got 2 tech labs, and that's mostly right now for his upgrades, get combat shields and stim at the same time because of how late they are with the third CC being so early. But it will mean he can make a lot of marauders very quickly, and that's a big factor here. Once he spots this, he'll be able to go straight into that, and that will help him building up any kind of roach aggression which comes out of Tefel early on in this game.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He might have a little bit of problems defending his third base though, because the roaches are already in production if Tefel decides to hit the third base instead of just go for the natural, which will be very difficult to breach. The third base might be forced at least to lift off, I think.
Yeah, this is the thing with Roach Hydra. If you have to be so prepared for it, you need some bunkers, and obviously this isn't Hydra just yet, this is just Roaches, but the same applies. They hit with such force and so quickly, and now Avokado sees this, he does have to start up some Marauders.
Yeah, he needs to start some. Producing 2 currently, 2 more barracks being added on. I wonder what the add-ons will be there. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw at least 1 tech lab being put down there. Yeah, the Hellions are still trying to control the map. The Roaches move in to intercept, get 1 Hellion for free, and the other 3 Hellions will probably escape. But look at the number of Roaches that Tefel has. This is a really high number of Roaches.
There's an absolute ton of them, but the really important thing, I think, is the fact he's managed to make them turn around to deal with these Hellions, and this buys him a lot more time to set up a defense. At his third base as natural, we actually... Where's the army of Avokado? Because I'm not being funny. Look at the stars on the Marauders.
Yeah, 1 happy star, but his army supply is only at 37.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy for much longer. Tefel's just going to come in here. This third base is, well, not dead because he can lift the third base.
That's denied, completely denied.
Yeah, he has to get out of there, and I'm not too sure. I mean, these roaches are actually going to kill every single SCV. Avocado's just not prepared for this, and I mean, Tefel, look at the macro, 70 drones, 106 army supply. Yes, they're very cheap units. You will see Jibber tank here, but now Tefel, all he does is sit outside the natural and wait. And Avokado, he needs to build up a little bit of a tank count before he moves up, but Tefel will use this time to tech himself into an infestation pit.
Just look at the supplies, Wordy. 180 to 113. Avokado in a lot of trouble, so far behind in economy and army size. And Tefel, I wouldn't be surprised if he took, a 4th base right now. We do have a drop though, heading along the left side, but yeah, Tefel is just going to barrel down the ramp.
These 2 tanks are doing so much damage, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. All the Marines and Marauders are starting to go down. SCVs are pulled. Tefel does a lot of damage. The drop hits into the main into the natural. Not too much damage being done there. Tefel paying good attention to it, but these Hydras are going to start getting ripped apart by these Marines. Slow links coming in to try and help out here. I think Avokado is only just going to fall to this attack, but wow, very close to holding on, and he might even still turn this around. After losing his couple of tanks at the front, this drop still doing some damage, but not really achieving too much altogether. And the main problem is all the SCVs went down at the natural. There's no real way to come back from that.
Yeah, if we take a look at the harvest count, it's 71 to 32. Income 1/3 of what Tefel has right now, and well, Avokado, he's okay. There are more Hydras and Lynx coming in. Avokado is completely dead at this point. I mean, 130 supply to 50, 60, but yeah.
Snipes 2 overseers, like, just in case that might make him feel a little bit better. His tanks on siege, more Hydras, more Lynx coming in. I mean, the Lynx don't have speed, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Hydras, you know, they're not so great without anything to tank in front of them, but there's just so many of them here that these few Lings will be just enough to tank, and the tanks start to go down. The Hydras are going to take down everything else, and Tefel is going to take game number 1, just with an outstanding display of macro from start to finish. He just takes this game, macros it out,